What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 56th episode of the Hot Takes podcast. Whoa, what an episode we have for you today. We are filming this on Thursday night, I believe. Yeah, this is the 10th.
Yes.
Video Game Awards is tonight. It's actually currently going on as we're filming this. But something else, a little magical, happened today as well. And it was Disney's press conference or
investor meeting. Annual investor meeting or whatever it's
annual
called.
Investor meeting, yes.
Yeah.
That happened today. And boy, did we get more than a handful of announcements. Star Wars, Marvel, and much, much more. We are beyond excited to talk about it right now. But before we do that, let me introduce my co-host, Luke Gans.
Hi.
And my cameraman tonight, Tommy. Thank you for doing this for me.
Tommy.
And, yeah, we'll get right. Actually, we do have one little thing before we get into the announcements. Originally, this episode was going to be a cancel culture episode. Our predictions of what was going to be next for cancel culture. And I guess what's being canceled is that topic for tonight. Because
we canceled it.
We have so much more important things to talk about.
Holy
so
shit.
We will do that episode at a later date.
Oh, yeah.
I was very excited to do that one. It's an interesting one. But let's get right into it. First thing, news roundup. This is all news, but our unofficial news roundup I had first was news that was released maybe last week or something.
Yeah.
That Warner Brothers was going to release their whole 2021 movie slate,
Oh, boy.
not only in theaters, but will be released on HBO Max on the same day.
Dude.
Interesting move.
It's a bold statement, Cotton. It's going to be interesting to see if it sticks, man. Oh, my God.
If it sticks, you're right. You're right. A lot of directors who have directed a lot of these films are furious.
Not fucking
You have
happy.
Christopher Nolan, who directed Tenet, furious
Nolan is
about
pissed,
it.
man.
He is pissed about it. Apparently, Taika Waititi, who's directing the new Suicide Squad, apparently he isn't very happy about it either.
Dude, that's how they make their money.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that's how directors make their money.
Is this going to be a big money loss for them? I think so.
Oh, my God.
Because
Well,
you're
yeah.
talking about it going to a streaming service. That means a lot more pirating is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And just a lot more illegal shit as far as downloading these movies.
And now it's like, I mean, dude, we used to scheme movies. So, like, Nolan, I've stolen thousands of dollars from you sneaking into movies. So, like, my bad. But, like, you got to think about it, like, I buy it if they make it buyable, right? Because that's what I guess they're probably going to do, right? Like, you have to buy it on your account. It's going to be all free.
It's all going to
really?
be free on HBO Max.
If I were them, I'd make it $100 a month then, if they're going to do that and have a consistent thing. Because you got to think about it, even in the sense if they did make it cost money, every release, like Mulan did.
Right.
Once you buy it, it's yours. So in theory, I could be like, give me $5, give me $5, give me $5 to a bunch of people, and then just give my login to people. And guess what? Instead of you going and have to paying your typical $12, then your popcorn, whatever, you just gave me even $2, $3, depending on how much the money is, just to log into an account and watch it, like you said. And then people are going to learn. I did learn, though, on a side note, you can't screenshot when you're watching on your phone. Did you know that? On HBO?
It makes sense,
on Disney Plus?
It makes sense, but no, I didn't know that.
Dude, I
didn't know that.
so just
or like
parts
screen
of the
record.
Yeah,
you can't
parts
screen
of the
record
Mandalorian
either.
that I've just been like on my phone and I'm watching. I'm like, that's adorable. Baby Yoda looks like an absolute like cutie pie.
Yeah.
I'll literally go to try to screenshot it and nothing.
It won't let you.
Just it's a black screen, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, maybe my phone's fucking broken, which like I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
But no. So then you have to do it on your phone. So that was really crazy to me with it all. I mean, dude, I don't know. I feel for the director. Like, listen, this is something we've been predicting since we were in high school. We said, like, one day it's going to be like you're going to be able to go to your fucking TV and be like, boop, the newest movies.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't make sense for these directors, which, like, they put their time and their effort. They sacrifice so much. And, like, I'm not playing a woe is me card because you're a director. You're making billions of dollars. Like, you're making tons of money. Dude.
Yeah.
So calm down. But at the same time, I get it because guess what? They probably have a stake in how much people see it.
Of course.
Like,
of course.
Like Tenet, Nolan was probably not happy that he had to even release it this year because of the pandemic. He probably lost thousands of dollars just because it would have been more mainstream if people were actually doing movies, because people would just say, let me go try it out.
Yeah.
Even though it's not your favorite movie, and I still think it's a masterpiece.
Right.
That's just like, that would have been a movie more people would have seen because it's tied to Nolan if people wanted to go to theaters.
Yeah.
But guess what? They don't want to now.
He definitely wasn't happy that it was released during this time, but I'll tell you what, he's more happy with that rather than it going to a streaming platform.
Only.
Here's the thing. I'm sure money is an issue for these directors. I'm sure they care about that, but I think they truly care more about viewers getting the full movie experience for their movie and going to a movie theater to be fully immersed in it. I'm pretty sure that's why Christopher Nolan is really pissed off about it, to get that full movie experience. Sure, I think they're pissed about the money. We'll see if they lose a good amount of money from this choice they're making. But I think it's really about wanting the viewer to be in a full immersed movie experience.
My only thing I would say with it is I agree. Yes, it's definitely that. Nolan, it makes sense for. Nolan literally said that he wanted you to be able, with Tenet especially.
Oh, with his films, yeah.
If you don't watch a Nolan film in the theater, it's still a great movie, but it's not what he meant it to be.
Of course,
because he means it to be that you're getting hit in the face with your IMAX, you're getting punched in the mouth with the sound. That's how it is.
That's like saying if a movie like Interstellar went straight to streaming.
Exactly.
That would be a sin because that was beautiful in IMAX.
Exactly. And I'm not going to go out there and say that Taika Waititi doesn't deserve to be mad either. But think about it. When you compare the two movies, Suicide Squad 2, I don't need to watch in a theater as much. And I'm not saying that is a justifiable way to go about it.
Yeah.
But just in general, there's certain movies... Paul Blart Mall Cop 4 going to my demand, I won't really be too mad about.
Exactly.
There's certain movies that need to just bite the bullet and say, hey, sorry, that's how it is. But again, I mean, dude, it's going to be interesting to see how movie theaters survive out of this, because it's sad, because I am a movie guy. I've always loved the movies. My fondest memories are birthday parties at the movies.
Of course, yeah.
Literally saw episode 3 at the movies. I will not ever forget it, and that'll lead into later. But just in general, it's unfortunate to see that, that generation is dying off, which, we get it, it's getting older.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're 100% right, where it's you know what? Some of it's got to just happen. But at the same time, I think these directors are mad because of the cinematic value, but I also think they're probably pissed because, again, these movie theaters need to buy the rights to show. They get a ton of money, and they pay the people a ton of money for the movies.
Yeah.
So now there's not as many theaters, and there's not as many places streaming it.
Absolutely.
What happens?
You're right. I think we're going to really see that come to the test with Wonder Woman 1984 when they release that Christmas Day.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Me and my family, we're going to the theaters Christmas Day to go see it. But I have a feeling most people are going to just want to stay home and watch it, you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. And that's free still.
It's going to be free on HBO Max.
HBO Max, man. You guys are crazy.
Yeah.
Wild. I love it.
Crazy.
I love it.
But that's it for our unofficial news roundup. Now we're getting to the meat of the podcast, getting right to it. So, before we get into Star Wars and Marvel, they announced a couple other things. And we could just run through them. Moana's getting a show. Yeah, coming in 2022, I believe.
How do you feel about that?
I watched Moana. I thought it was okay. I think it was a little overhyped for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to at Todd Bitsko for this part, please.
Yeah.
At Todd Bitsko, because he's one of the biggest. And this isn't me throwing shade, because I think Moana's actually a really good movie.
Yeah.
He's one of the biggest Moana fans I know.
Oh, really?
He loves Moana.
I mean, the music's good in it. I will say that.
I think it's really good, dude. I wouldn't say it's overhyped, but I understand what you're saying. I've never seen Frozen, and I refuse to see Frozen.
Yeah, same.
Because I think Frozen is the definite. I heard it's great though. I heard it is a really good animated movie, so I can't be really mad about it. I just choose not to see it because everyone talks about that being the one animated movie they've ever seen.
Yeah.
They're I've seen Frozen, it's amazing. I'm okay, sick.
Yeah.
Talk to me when you've ever seen anything else.
Yeah.
I don't care. But at the end of the day, I would have expected them to make another movie.
Same here.
I thought that would have been a better move.
I 100% agree.
But there's a good chance that was their idea, and then they probably backpedaled when this all happened.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Realistically, we think this is going to be better in May, right? Like, that's our idea. There's people that say it won't be back until 2022.
Yeah, right.
So there's a good chance that people are probably banking on that and saying, like, if that's the case, then what are we going to do? Like, we're not going to wait to release the movie till 2022. We'll make a TV show in the meantime, and if people love it, then we'll make the movie.
Yeah.
Or do whatever, you know? So I think a lot of people have probably had to pivot because they're like, what's exactly going to happen?
That's probably what happened. That is probably what happened.
I don't know if you guys saw, it kind of got overshadowed by everything that's happening today, but the FDA approved the emergency use of the vaccine.
I did. Pfizer's, emergency use.
Pfizer's doing it, right?
Yeah,
I think,
Pfizer. Whatever, however you pronounce it.
Pfizer.
Pfizer, that's how I said it.
They said next week it's getting shipped to places in the U.S.
That's cool.
There you go.
Didn't they just release it in the U.K.?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, look, I just hope we can get it, figured out. That's all I say with it. And look,
it'll be gone eventually. Well, not gone, but it'll be
containable. It'll be containable eventually. And I'll kind of pivot into this really quickly. So I was wearing the mask last week. I don't think I explained what. Did I explain what I was wearing? So my brother just had major surgery on Monday, I think. Everything went really well, but obviously with just his condition, now he just got home today. The 10th, so like with him just being home, I'm just choosing to do this. I trust Frankie. I know he brushes his teeth at least once a day, so like I believe he's fine. But I'm just choosing to do it, and it's also for me. I mean, what if I have it and I'm not telling Frankie? But just at the end of the day, it's like, again, hey guys, this is the easiest shit that you can do. Like, this is so simple. Like, again, is this comfortable? No.
Right.
Is this stylish? No. Does anyone enjoy this? If you pulled up to someone on the street and you're like, hey, do you like wearing a mask? Do you think they'd say yes? Like,
right,
no.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, you're not only helping you're helping yourself, you're helping the community. And again, if we go into another situation where we go into another shutdown or whatever, it's going to be because, again, like, I mean, we all want to be with people around the holidays, right? And I'm not shaming you for being with people, but I know people that have had situations where they saw their family and got COVID.
Yeah, right.
So it's exactly like that. That goes into the whole problem of it. It doesn't matter what side of things you're on, Republican, Democrat, white, black. None of that matters. It's just it's a human decency issue where it's like, if you wear the mask, just wear it. Like this is going to help. Even if it's only this much, it helps.
Yeah.
So it's just like, do your part, do that. Like, hopefully we don't have to do this soon enough, like that's the goal, right? So, I mean, like, I don't like going on the PATH train and going into the city wearing this. Like, that's miserable. It's already terrible to go on the PATH train or the subway. Now I got to do this. Imagine you having to fly in a couple months or years in this. Imagine you had to do your flight to Africa in this.
Yeah, that would have sucked. That would have sucked. Yeah.
Imagine the whole time you were in Africa, you would have had to wear this. Whole time.
Nah.
The entire time. I went to Iceland a couple years ago. I said if I had to wear this the whole time I was at Iceland, I would have killed myself. It was terrible. Like, it was already, like, this helps. I saw a tweet about how it was funny that people were like, yo, this actually helps in the wintertime because it keeps you kind of warm.
Yeah, right. Like, that's what I was thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's accurate, but at the same time, like, oh, it sucks so much. So, again, I just do that to clear it up. I know you guys are missing my beautiful face. But yeah, we're just doing that. We're keeping everybody safe.
Oh yeah.
Wear a Mandalorian helmet next time.
Yeah, right. Just change it every episode.
Mando helmet every week. I'm just gonna wear a different piece of paper that protects my face.
So yeah, we had the Moana show coming out. We have a new Diary of a Wimpy Kid show coming out. This time fully animated.
Gang.
We have Big Hero 6 spinoff. Big Max, I think his name is.
I never saw Big Hero 6, but
Great
I heard it was
movie.
really good.
Phenomenal movie.
And, like, I've seen parts of it. Like, if it's on TV, I'll kind of flip to it, and it's just on in the background. And animation looks great.
Yeah.
Would you call it cinematography if it's an anime? I mean, you would, But like cinematically, it's pleasing. How about that?
Yes.
Like, it's a very pleasing movie to look at.
Absolutely.
When I look at it that way.
Yes.
But no, that's dope. I mean,
that's going to be a cool one. I'll watch that one. I don't know about the Moana, especially because I'm not the biggest fan of the movie, but I probably wouldn't watch the Moana one or the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. That doesn't interest me.
Moana, I will. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is like, yo.
I think they need to chill.
Give me a
Diary
live action
of a Wimpy Kid.
Bunnicula. Give me a live action Bunnicula. Remember Bunnicula?
The bunny?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Give me that, bro.
Yeah, right.
Like, you guys want to put Diary of a Wimpy Kid 9 out, but you won't give me, like, a Bunnicula or something like... Bro, give me something we used to, like... What else did we used to read back in the day?
I don't even know. A lot of the stuff that we read back in the day have turned into movies and TV shows. Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah.
Spiderwick Chronicles got turned into a movie. Goosebumps.
The one thing that I will... I mean, Goosebumps is kind of sad, though, that, like, it didn't get, like, better.
Yeah.
It got, like, played down as a kid's thing. Just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I blacked out. I got so excited I blacked out. I got so excited I blacked out. I saw it. I'm going to remember it in 30 minutes. It doesn't matter.
All right, yeah. Just let us know.
What
else is there?
Staring in the distance.
Mighty Ducks reboot coming.
I heard about that a little while ago, and now that it's confirmed, I'm kind of like...
I'm not really too excited
I liked Mighty Ducks. I thought it was good, but it's kind of like one of those things where... I mean... Disney has to do this. Disney has to put out these movies to make the money to give out their big movies.
Yeah, sure.
And then the big movies make all the money. And
of course.
It's the trickle-down effect.
Oh, yeah.
So I get it, but like...
yeah.
Some of this stuff just needs to stay dead. And like, not in a bad way dead. Just like, it was a good movie. Don't reboot it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like, do you have Van Helsing on there?
No.
That got confirmed for a new one.
Really?
One, yeah. What did that come out? Orlando Bloom was the guy, or no? It was Was it Hugh Jackman? Hugh Jackman and Orlando Bloom?
Yeah. I think it was both of them.
Both, right? Yeah. I think they just confirmed that.
Oh, okay.
Gonna come a new one, a new version of that's coming out in the next year or two, which is cool. I thought that was actually a pretty good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like an overlooked movie.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
It was a good.
No,
movie,
I like that movie. Yeah.
Like, oh, okay,
I think that's like a cult classic almost, actually.
I think give it a little bit more time and it'll be a cult classic. Like people will like worship the ground it walks on, and be like, "Oh my god, that was like amazing."
Yeah,
like this, like the vampires were great.
Absolutely. And really, the last thing, Pixar announced a lot, but a movie that they're coming out with, Lightyear. Not even really a spin-off to Toy Story. It's going to be focusing on the very first Buzz Lightyear, and I don't think he's a toy in the movie. I think it's focusing on what Buzz thought he was in the first Toy Story movie.
Okay.
Like, an actual space ranger kind of deal.
The guy they based Buzz's character off.
Basically, yes.
Just broke
and no, he's not being voiced by Tom Hanks this time. No, not Tom Hanks. Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
He's not being,
yes,
right?
Tim Allen. Yeah, because Tom Hanks is Woody.
Yes.
Reach for the star. Yeah.
Not being voiced by Tim Allen, but he's going to be voiced by Chris Evans.
Saw that.
Interesting.
I mean, I guess it makes sense since it's not him.
Right.
Like, you're not basing it completely off. You can't... Because, again, if you make it completely the Buzz Lightyear figure, then this movie won't... It's just a prequel.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of almost change it up a little bit and say, okay, great, like, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to base it... And, I mean, it's Chris Evans, dude. He's got... all the star power.
100%.
People probably can name him before they can name Tim Allen. Not the voice-wise, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Someone's going to put them in a lineup. Oh, Captain America.
Yeah.
And Tim Allen.
right.
Like, great in Knives Out.
Knives Out.
Knives Out was fantastic.
Knives Out, great movie.
He's great in
Snowpiercer. Dude.
Yeah,
Snowpiercer was one of the first episodes. One of the.
Yeah, it was, right? Oh, the theories. The movie theories with Willy Wonka.
Yeah, what was that? That was probably episode.
That was the 4th episode.
There you go. I was gonna say it was in the 5. It was like number 5 or something. But yeah, dude, I think it's good. I mean,
think it's good too.
We'll see. It's Pixar. They can't screw up. Like,
the thing with Pixar, they said after Toy Story 4 they were gonna stick with just all original ideas, and I guess they're heading straight back. Not a direct sequel.
It's Disney, exactly.
It's Disney, right? But
they're not the one making the decision.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
But you know what? A lot of the time, it comes into who the person is that's behind that category of art, and we'll get into this later. But creative wise, the same thing with Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy, big poop.
Apparently,
stinks.
she's going to be gone soon.
Thank you, Jesus.
And it's
that's the president,
like the showrunner.
She's the person in charge of Star Wars for Disney. Like, she's the basically, like, let's say,
like how Kevin Feige is a head of Marvel. She's head of Star Wars. Yeah,
and she's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna say that Filoni's supposed to be rumored to get it?
No, I was.
Is Favreau?
Favreau. Yeah.
Me, as a diehard Star Wars fan, everyone keeps saying that Favreau needs it, and I agree. Favreau's been doing an amazing job.
I think so, yeah.
But, like we talked about last time, I don't think it was on the podcast, I think it was just like beforehand. Filoni is your guy. Filoni is everything Star Wars. All he does is eat, sleep, breathe Star Wars. That is him. He knows every detail. I mean, dude, you watch breakdowns of The Mandalorian that he is the only person that would understand. Favreau has said that. Favreau's like, yo, this guy knows Star Wars like Lucas knew it. George Lucas. Like,
yeah.
The creator of Star Wars. So, for him to not be the guy, or at least paired with Favreau, is where I find it to be not bad, but it's a mix-up on their end. I think you should give the keys to both of them. I think you should make them both.
Yeah, why not make it two?
Because my only worry is that I think Favreau will sit there and go, I can make Star Wars great again, which, like, 100%. Because, I mean, dude, just from what was announced today, they're on the right track. Clone Wars, Rebels show, Mandalorian, for what it's done so far, have all proven that they're on the right track and they have the right building blocks.
Absolutely. Maybe have Favreau be head of the streaming TV shows, and maybe have Filoni in charge of the movies.
I would almost reverse it, and it's not. It's more because Favreau understands movies better, and Filoni understands TV shows better, like statistically.
Okay, yeah.
Filoni, Avatar, Clone Wars, Rebels.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but he's had his hand in all those. Favreau, think about it. I mean, he's Lion King.
Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2,
yeah.
Jungle Book? Or was
Jungle Book, yes. Yeah, Jungle Book 2.
So just going off of that, it almost makes sense to do it that way. My only gripe and my only concern is that Favreau is still a actor. Favreau is still a person that can act. He is still part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
This is true.
It's almost like technically you're getting someone that's acting career is still there. So I won't go out on this podcast and say I judge his character if he'll want to stick around, but I just personally think that Favreau's mind for the directing of it is perfect, and Filoni's mind for the piecing together of the stories is perfect.
Okay.
So it almost is like if you put the two... Look at what they've done with Mandalorian.
Yeah, fantastic.
Regardless if you think it's campy or not, because I know people that think it is, guess what, people? It has to be, because it's not just playing to me as the viewer. I'm a diehard Star Wars fan. I always will be. But guess what? It's playing to the 5-year-old that's watching for Baby Yoda, Grogu.
Yep.
It's playing for the 55-year-old that watched Star Wars in a theater by himself. So...
they have a good balance.
Exactly, they have a good balance, but that's the thing. It's like you can't. I just need her to be out because she just rode. I just don't even want to get involved with it because, like, again, I just think she just did such a bad job, and her way of, like, almost covering it up was blaming it on the people.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like. Look at all the controversy that happened. And, like, now things have kind of been fixed up. Like, Rey, I think, is in a better spot, or Daisy Ridley's in a better spot with them.
I think so, too.
I don't know if that's confirmed. I know John Boyega is, because I think he went out and said, like, he, like, apologized. Because he basically said, he's like, you guys basically made a black actor a main character and then didn't do shit with him. Which is 100% accurate.
Right.
Which is 100% accurate, because you literally said... this African-American gentleman might have force powers. Oh my god, this is amazing. We haven't seen this since Mace Windu. He's going to be a main character in the Star Wars universe. And they just, like, shelved him.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Didn't
I
he
know.
speak out against that?
No, but
He
that's
did,
what, but
he
that's
did,
what I'm
and
saying.
that's what he
So
apologized
spoke out
for,
about
too.
it, and then I think Disney kind of was like, haha, like, you might get a contract in the future to come back, and he was like, haha, my bad.
Yeah,
so,
right.
But what I'm saying is it just sucks because, like, again, she almost didn't care enough to, like, bring in the right people, and like again, George Lucas has had involvement in The Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's had involvement. I mean, like, I think he's like seen the movies prior, but like, I urge anyone that is watching this that doesn't know about it to go and look up the Colin Trevorrow cut on YouTube of what Star Wars should have been. This is the
original director for Episode 9?
Yes.
Yeah,
and
okay.
he also did Jurassic Park, I think. One of them.
Yeah, no, World, right?
Colin Trevorrow did Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Okay. I urge you to go look up online what his rough draft was for it, because it's impeccable. It's amazing. It is exactly what should have been done after Episode 8 happened, and what they could have done to really wrap the movie up. And instead, what was given to us was a sped up, backpedaled version of a movie.
Sped up, backpedaled, sped up again, backpedaled. Like, it was a mess.
They literally had to pick up the pieces, and by doing that, it was literally the wrong puzzle. Like, it was like we were all holding a puzzle, we dumped it in a pile and said, like, make one puzzle.
Yeah, right.
And we were like tasked to do it, and we couldn't. So, again, I have all the faith in the world, and we'll get to it, but I have all the faith in the world that now we are in the right direction with it all. But
I agree with you, and that's exactly what we're going to get into now. We're going to move into the Star Wars announcements. So really, I think how we should work this, since I don't really know that much Star Wars that much, I'll announce I'll say what they announced. I'll give my general opinion, what I think of it, and then I'll just leave it to you about, lore, what you think about it, and everything of that nature.
I'd be honored.
So, shows. Mostly all shows except for one movie got announced. So, let's start off with the movie. Rogue Squadron.
I liked
Rogue Squadron, I don't know if it's dealing... You would know more.
Yeah.
If it's dealing more in the Rogue One timeline.
I think it's dealing with the game that we just talked about.
What game?
Star Wars Squadrons.
Oh my god, really?
So, I think it's perfect for what it's going to be. I don't necessarily think it's going to be a movie. I think it's going to be a streaming movie.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be a 2-hour or an hour and a half long movie that could potentially turn into more or explain more and tie into something else. But
say everything gets better, you think they will release it to theaters?
No.
No, you don't think so? Okay.
Me personally, from like just looking at what I think it is like unless they come to me and tell me that the concept is that, let's say, Hera, who is a character in Rebels, who's a pilot, is going to be piloting a group of people to fight against that. If you give me a cohesive storyline like that, okay, great.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to tell me it's about like new people, that's not going to like bring it in for me.
Yeah, right.
The reason that Solo I think was decent.
Yeah.
And the reason I think Rogue One were decent movies were because Solo was dealing with Han Solo. I think Solo was better than people give it credit for.
Yeah.
I just think it got a lot of backlash because it came on the coattails of 8, and like 8 was a monstrosity. Mm-hmm. So like people were just like, Star Wars sucks, and it was like, oh no, it was a pretty good movie. It was fun. Woody Harrelson did a really good job.
Yeah.
Like the cinematic content of it was really good. It gave a lot of explanation to it. Yes, was it campy at times? Yes. Was it a little bit Was it a little bit like too much going on? Yes, but guess what? It gave us characters like we're going to talk about later, and it gave performances that are going to deal with it. Mm-hmm. So, personally, I think it's fine, but I just really do hope that like that's it. Because if you're telling me movie, bro, give me like the give me a movie, like give me Old Republic, give me a after Episode 9, give me a completely give me Obi-Wan movie. Like, I know we're going to talk about it later, but like give me something like that to kind of get the foundation ready and then kind of build off of it.
Yeah.
But don't necessarily be like Rogue Squadron. It's going to be a movie about flying people.
That's probably what it's going to be. Who's the lady that you brought up? Hera from Rebels?
Yeah, Hera Syndulla is, I don't know if you've ever seen her. She's got green, she's a Twi'lek. I'm so sorry for anyone that doesn't know how much of a nerd I am with Star Wars, but like this is gross. Yeah, she's Twi'lek, green little hanging down things. I'll show you later.
Yeah. She's
basically one of the main characters, and she has a relationship with this guy Caleb Dune, who is Kanan Jarrus, who's a Jedi, and he survives Order 66, which is the Purge of the Jedi. You know, 66,
yeah.
Purge of the Jedi. He survives, becomes a rebel. And that's where the show comes from, and they have like a little bit of a relationship, and he Loki, they have a kid, whatever. But she's a pilot, and she survives. He doesn't in the show, plot twist. But she is in Rogue One. Like,
oh, she is in Rogue One.
She's not in it, but like there's a moment in it where they say Captain Syndulla to the cargo hangar in the movie to insinuate she's still alive at that point. And Rebels is based off of after Episode 4, which, if you're looking at it, Rogue One is right before Episode 4, minutes before Episode 4.
Yeah, right,
like,
right.
leads right into the movie.
Yes.
And then after that, I guess it's... Rebels is what happened after Episode... I want to say it's in that universe somewhere, but regardless, it tells that she's still alive. So
they might do that because, listen, the Patty Jenkins is directing this movie.
I saw that, yes.
Director of Wonder Woman, fantastic director. It would make sense. It's going to be a female lead, right? I think that's the route they're going to go with this.
Yeah. Which, again, I don't care about, but I would probably be more comfortable if you gave me a Hera than you gave me a new character.
Random character.
And that's not, again, I don't care, but it's the Star Wars universe needs to stop shoving the female empowerment thing down our throat, and that's not in a bad way. Like, I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way, because I actually liked Rey. I thought she was a pretty good performance, and I liked Jen Erso. But it is sad because Star Wars then like lets other female characters completely die off. But just give us a good balance. I'm not asking for a main character to be a dude. I'm not asking for a main character to be a woman. But they need to stop playing the card of like it is going to be. Like the same thing I said with the African American thing.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Don't play that card and try to get the audience that way. Just make good content and people will watch it. It doesn't matter.
Of course.
So I think that's where I'm at with it. But I would probably prefer a more solid person that's there. Again, I'm probably going to not backtrack, but I'm probably going to say that they're going to try to put it in theaters. Mm-hmm. But I just personally think it would make the most sense to put it on a streaming platform, because if you did that and it has success, then you can start saying, okay, great, like, let's start doing this with a couple movies. Let's start putting that out and as feelers to the people. You can give me a 2-hour Star Wars movie that I can just binge on my computer that's like not a die-hard part of the Skywalker saga. I would love that. Just like give me more Star Wars. I just want all the Star Wars content. Just keep giving it to me.
Yeah, right.
That's all I want. Like,
now that I'm thinking about it, I think they did say in theaters, but obviously that could change. The other thing about it, I forgot what year they said it's going to be released to.
2028.
2022.
I think a lot of this is probably going to be 2022.
Yeah,
with
probably.
a couple things sprinkled. Like I think Obi-Wan's 2021.
I didn't even see a release date for that.
They're saying there's a good chance it's by like this time next year. Because I think filming was going on, then it stopped. Now I think it started again. But there's also a thing saying that it's going to start again in 2021. I'm not 100% sure. But if I were them, I would have something ready for next year. Like,
absolutely.
You got to give us something. Because from right now, what's the next available? Did they have a timeline picture of it?
There was no timeline of it.
They should do a timeline of it, because I have the picture of like all of them. But whatever, we'll get it. Yeah, well, regardless, I'm excited for all of it. I'm intrigued by all of it. How about that? I'm not excited for all of it. I'm intrigued by all of it because
they could all suck.
No.
I think the shows will be good. I think more movies, they could potentially be bad.
I'm not disagreeing with you there, but Patty Jenkins is okay.
Taika
she's
great,
Waititi
I think.
has been confirmed to apparently be tied to a movie series, which, like, okay, great. Like, that's going to be good. I don't care. But, like, I think they'll all be decent. Like, I don't think any of them are going to be a dumpster fire. Like,
no, I don't think so either. I don't think that. Yeah.
But just because, again, I think they have the right footing now. Like, I think they kind of, like, in a terrible analogy, they set up their house's foundation down by the beach, and then Hurricane Sandy hit.
That is a terrible analogy.
There's a little bit of water still in here, but let's just try to fix it. And that was episode 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah, right.
You know, like, Disney bought them for $1 bajillion. They made all their money back on 7, 8, and 9. But I guess that's what makes me sad as a diehard fan, where it's like, oh man, like, I just wish you would put out other stuff before you just immediately shoved 7, 8, and 9 down our throat.
Yeah.
Because if you had given me Rogue One, Solo, movie, let's just say, and you made all your money back with all that stuff now, like in the buying of it, and now you're building out the universe, great. Now we can get a formal way to go about episode 7, about episode 8, go about episode 9. Because they just kind of jumped in feet first, and they didn't realize it was concrete under the water.
They definitely did.
You know?
They definitely did. Taika Waititi connected to a future movie or movie series. I'm glad they didn't announce an episode 10, 11, and 12 kind of deal. I think they should, if they are going to do it, which I'm sure they eventually will, take your time on it, learn from your mistakes, and just go from there. I'm glad that they didn't announce a 10, 11, and 12 right now, at least. You know, I'm glad that they're going with all the shows that we're about to talk about, you know, and expanding the universe that way.
I don't think right now they can. And I think it's more because, like, no, I lied. They can, because Rey is alive and she's a Jedi and whatever, and, like, you can kind of play the whole concept of, like, her training Finn, John Boyega's character. You can, like, play that, but at the end of the day, it's like, who's the new big bad, you know?
Exactly.
Like, don't bring Sidious back again for the 9th time, please, for the love of God.
Right, no, you're right.
In Legends, there's a group of people called the Yuzong Vong, and I'm not the most versed person in Legends ever, but the Yuzong Vong are like there's an uncharted area of the galaxy. That's where the Yuzong Vong come from. Nobody goes to this uncharted area, nobody. So it's almost like, let's say the Bermuda Triangle was like a billion times bigger, and it was a place that nobody in the United States went to. Like, we have modern civilization, there's different states, and there's whatever, right? We're the galaxy. It's the same concept in, like, the Star Wars lore with a billion planets, whatever. Some are populated, some aren't as populated. Like, New Jersey's more populated than Nebraska is. It's just a stat. Different lifestyles, whatever. Same thing with the galaxy. But basically, the Yuzong Vong are this, like, terroristic, old-school group of people that's very much not... I think they're canon, but, like, they were legends. And there's a chance that people are saying that could be the next movie series, is like they come to try to take over the galaxy kind of a thing, which, like, I wouldn't hate because it's a very deep cut.
Yeah.
But they just have to do it right.
Yeah.
Like, if they don't do it right, then I'm just like, and it's also going to ruin your Legends content. It's going to ruin all the content people used to read about when there weren't movies. Like, after episode 6 in the 80s, there was no Star Wars to 1999, like till 2001, whatever episode 1 came out. So people were reading books, comics, all that stuff, and all of that stuff is not as, some of it's legend, some of it's canon, but you can't go and, like, piss on that, because then people are going to be like, what the fuck did you just do?
Right.
Like, that was all I had. Like,
right.
You know, like, you gave me shit for 7, 8, and 9, and all I had were these good canon books or legends books, and now you just said, like, fuck that to them and made a bad movie. So,
right.
But we'll see.
No, it's a good point. It's a good point being made. Let's move on to the shows. So, Andor.
Oh.
First one up. What do you got to say about it?
I'm excited. Like I said earlier on this, I liked Rogue One a lot. I think Rogue One's biggest problem is that it's choppy, but, like, the battle scenes are fantastic. Fantastic.
The
Darth Vader scene was fantastic.
The Darth Vader scene alone is one of my all-time top 5 Star Wars scenes of all time. I don't get, like, I'm talking in everything I've ever watched. That is up there with, like, Luke, I'm Your Father. That's up there with Duel of Fates, Darth Maul killing Qui-Gon Jinn. That's up there with Obi-Wan Darth Vader battle. That's up there with Emperor Darth Vader in Palpatine battle. Like, that's up there. I think it's good because it's going to... So the biggest thing that I thought was really good in Rogue One was that it was gritty. It explained that the rebels, who were the good guys, like everyone thought the rebels were the good guys because the good guys are always do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah.
They're the good guys. It explained that that's not how it works. Like, did you watch Rogue One or no?
Oh, yeah. I loved Rogue One.
So remember when he kills the guy in the beginning? Remember he gets the information from him and then he kills him in the alleyway? Yeah. That shows that the rebels aren't the goody two-shoes that you think you are. So I think this is going to be really good because Cassian's character is that person. He's not really a good guy. He's like an anti-hero because he wants peace, but it's almost for his own selfish reasons. But at the same time, it's not like he's going to be like, don't worry, I'll make sure I wait 15 or 50 minutes before I go in the pool.
Right.
Like, he is just going to break all the rules if it's going to get him to his end result.
Which is cool.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. Did he die in Rogue One?
Yes, they all
So
died.
this is a prequel to Rogue One. Yeah,
Rogue
right.
One,
they all died in Rogue One.
That was a
spoiler
big
alert.
bomb.
Yeah.
Big bomb.
Yeah, 100%. I'm excited for that one. He was one of my favorite characters in Rogue One.
Rogue One was...
It makes sense why they're
kiss.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that they're making it with him in this one, and I am excited about it. Did you have any more to say about that show?
No, I think it'll be really good if they also bring in characters from the prequels. Like, like, again, it's gonna be hard to bring in Carrie Fisher like that. Obviously, rest in peace. I think it would be really smart to do a lot of hologram stuff because, like, when you think about Episode 4, you think about Help Me Obi-Wan Kenobi or My Only Hope.
Yeah.
So if you're, like, let's say she's transmitting stuff that way, that would be beautifully done because then you don't have to kind of step on toes where you're like, I think they did a really good job with her in Rogue One, where they did
the visual effects and digitally remastered. Yes.
Anti-aged or whatever, like de-aged, whatever the fuck it is. But they did a really good job with that, but the best way to, like, not offend people with that, because, you know, there's always that one person on the internet with the freaking shirt to here with their gut out that's like, that's my Princess Leia! Don't do that to her!
Yeah.
Just make it a hologram. Like, make her giving them messages to the rebel, like, to the rebellion, and being like, this is what you need to do, like...
And in that way, you could kind of make it all CGI at that
exactly.
point.
Exactly. And like, you just screen grab her face and then you put it on. And, like, no one's going to be like, oh, well, that blemish wasn't on her face last Episode 4. Like, she didn't have that tooth that looked like that.
Right.
If her face is blue and white because it's a hologram, nobody's
going to... fizzy,
exactly.
Yeah.
And especially that, like, this is the early stages of the rebellion, so you could very much make it like doesn't have to be like, good Wi-Fi. Like,
okay,
just be very like, help me, like, boop, like, and then boom.
Yeah, it cuts out
like,
and everything like
because
that.
Because again, this is the beginning of it. Like, I don't know if their foothold is established yet. They haven't built the rebellion up. So, I mean, like, again, I think it makes a lot of sense. I think it's going to be good. I think Disney's pouring a lot of money into it. A part of me wishes they survived after it and they could kind of put some stuff that's in between 4, 5, and 6 because like I love that. I love those movies. I would love to, like, my biggest thing with Star Wars is I would love to see more of the battles that happened during it because you know about it in canon and content. Like, if I could see it, like you kind of alluded to before, Tommy, with the why am I blacking out right now? The anime version of the original trilogy.
Oh yeah, Visions. Yep.
I think it would be amazing if they could do that and give me, like, Hoth in Episode 5 when they're on the snow planet. Mm-hmm. Give me the Battle of Hoth for, like, 50 minutes. Give me a whole episode of, like, literally, like, Game of Thrones-like battles for Star Wars.
Well, what I'm wondering is if it's all going to be, like, hour-and-a-half long episodes or if it's going to be, like, actual, like... Because what I saw, at least what I saw, it was like a mini-series.
Of the Cassian show?
Of
the Andor show?
The anime show.
No,
Visions.
Visions, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what they do with Visions, too, because They've done snippet stuff of anime Star Wars. Have you guys seen it on
I've
line?
seen a clip of someone like
doing
tearing through people, like an animated version of it. I'm just sitting here like, why aren't they doing this?
Well, because they could do that.
It looks so good and like in 2D. And,
well, and
I'm not crapping on what's that show called?
Rebels or Clone Wars.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That is. But like to me, watching the lightsabers and like them throwing it and chopping through people in animated format, like 2D animated format, looks so much better to me.
I've never seen any of that, but that sounds amazing.
No, well, they can also do it more. If you're doing it in 2D animation, people aren't as offended. Like, people aren't like, oh my god, you chopped that human in half. They're like, oh, that's cool animation. Like, and that's just like I mean, I'm not a big anime guy, but I would almost say that's kind of how anime gets away with a lot of what they do, is because it's anime. People aren't as concerned because anime can kind of do what they want.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Some of the most graphic shit you watch is on anime.
Of course, yeah.
If you did that in live action, how would people react? Probably not the same way, right? Even if you did that in, let's say, Rebels or Clone Wars, which is a little bit more lifelike, you can't get away with it as much. So, not to like generalize it, but I would say in anime, you could get away with exactly like you said. I mean, you could make Darth Vader mauling through Rebels like it's nobody's business, and I would be all in for that. I would be 1,000% invested.
I do like your idea of it, where it would be an hour-long episode of that battle that you were just talking about.
Hoth, or
like,
whatever
an,
it is.
An extended, not scene, like an in-depth, how do I want to explain this?
In-depth explanation of it.
Yeah, they'll take one scene and just stretch it into one whole episode, you know what I mean?
Think about the fact that, like, I mean, kind of put it into this terms, the Civil War wasn't won at Gettysburg. Like, the one battle everyone knows about the Civil War is Gettysburg. Everyone always talks about, like, that was the most bloodiest battle on American soil, Gettysburg. That's the one place everyone knows. Appomattox, you know, Little Round Top. There's all these different, and again, I'm not going to go into like this whole history tangent right now, but there's a whole bunch of battles that explained how the war was won. So to think that episodes 4, 5, and 6 were just because 1, 2, 3 things happened is not exactly it. Like, yes, the Emperor and Vader dying are a huge component of it, but like, that's why Rogue One, and that's why this will kind of tie back into us finishing this off, but like, that's why Rogue One was so good, because Rogue One was the story of how they got the plans to the Death Star. So that's how Luke Skywalker was able to go, like, oh, we can literally shoot that in there and blow up the whole Death Star.
Yeah.
That's beautifully done. That is an amazing way to do something where back in the 70s they made a movie about how to do it. In the 2015s, they were like, we're going to make a movie about how that happened. Beautifully done.
Right.
So that's where I'm kind of like you said. Like, I think the Andor series will be good because I think it'll explain a lot. Hopefully it can build some characters up. And then not only that, you're also going to get a good amount of people that are going to be interested in, like we said, is it Visions? That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Visions, which will transition well into that. So
yeah,
I'm hyped for it.
Hell yeah.
I think Disney's going to be surprised by the amount of people that are going to watch that Visions thing.
I mean, like, I think...
Well, Disney just bought Crunchyroll. Did you know that?
No, Sony bought that.
Oh, are you sure?
Sony bought Crunchyroll, and Crunchyroll just bought Funimation. No, Funimation bought Crunchyroll. Sony just bought Funimation from AT&T.
Oh, I thought that was Disney.
Yeah. Well,
okay. Well,
maybe PS Plus will get Funimation. That'd be sick.
Yeah, it would be sick. All right.
I'm on the thing, Log. Why?
Oh, good? Okay.
Yeah. Log, I gotta go. Since my girlfriend watches these now, don't call me again like this. But she's for some reason harping on the fact that dogs jump out of planes.
What?
So, you know how you jump out of a plane?
Yeah.
She's like terrified that dogs have to do it occasionally. You would think she smokes so much pot with how she brought that to my attention one day. I was like, what are you fucking talking about? And she literally just called me. She's like, I'm emotional watching dogs jump out of planes. I'm like, goodbye, I have to go.
With like a parachute on them or what?
But she's mad because she doesn't, like, the dog doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. So how does it pull the chute?
The dog doesn't pull the chute. The human with the dog pulls the chute.
Oh, I thought you're talking about dogs. They're throwing
she's
dogs
saying,
off a plane with a parachute on their back.
No, but she's saying that, like, them strapped in and jumping out of the plane is, like, scary for the dog because they don't know what the fuck's going on.
I feel like they'd be terrified.
Yeah, they're probably terrified.
They're either terrified or having the best time of their life with their tongue out, like their head out of a car window. But
that's why she's an emotional wreck over it, because she's like, the dogs probably hate this. I'm like, goodbye! Like, I can't talk about this right now. I'm in the middle of a podcast talking about dogs jumping out of planes. Like, she literally said it like it was an emergency. I'm like, what's up? Like, you're like, is she good? I'm like, no, she's just talking about dogs jumping out of planes! In the middle of a podcast.
Before we go back to the podcast, they just announced that Daryl and Michonne are coming to Fortnight from
Everyone's coming to Fortnite.
And Master Chief.
From what show?
And Master Chief. The Walking Dead.
Woo!
Yeah, there we go.
The streak continues!
There's a little bit of it. We do need a Walking Dead poster up here. We need to update this wall.
Can we, like, go online and type in Walking Dead and see how many episodes it appears in? Like, the topic appears in?
Alright, so we talked about Rogue Squadron. We talked about Taiki Waititi directing a future movie. We talked about Andor. We briefly talked about Visions. The Ahsoka spinoff show from Mandalorian. I thought she was a great part of the episode she was in of Mandalorian. It made sense that she was only in one episode to tease for her future series.
Yep.
I don't think this was much of a surprise. They put a lot of time and effort into designing the live action character and casted a fantastic actress
Rosario
player.
Dawson is killing it.
It would be a waste if they didn't do more with her.
Yeah.
So this series got announced. Overall thoughts? I think it's a fantastic idea.
I've been telling people this was going to happen. I've been saying it was going to happen. If you haven't watched Clone Wars, I understand that some people might not like that, like, animated feel to it. Just go watch Clone Wars. It's exactly what I've been talking and ranting about for the past 20 minutes about how you want more content to explain it. That's what Clone Wars is. Clone Wars is explaining the Clone Wars, which is in between episodes 2 and 3, which is the content that we didn't have. It's exactly what you want. Like, it explains the battles, it explains the Jedi, it explains the clones, it explains their fall. Ahsoka's character, it's funny because Ahsoka's character was hated in the beginning. Everyone hated her.
Really?
Hated her. Thought she was obnoxious and just terrible. And she turned into a cult classic Star Wars character.
Interesting.
So, I love it. I've said from the beginning that it was just going to be the one appearance.
Yeah.
She's going after Thrawn. Do you know who Thrawn is?
No.
Thrawn is kind of like the Yuzong Vong people. He was a very much Legends person that got brought in with Rebels.
Okay.
He was the main bad guy in Rebels. He was a guy. The quick explanation is he was from a place. The Empire found him. He decided to align with the Empire because he's like, if they're good enough for me, then I'll use them to my advantage, and if they're not, I'll take them down. He became like the highest ranked general in like all of the Empire. Mm-hmm. And basically, he goes missing at the end of Rebels, and so does Ezra, the two main characters. So Ezra and Thrawn go missing into like the uncharted areas, and that's kind of how they're alluding to like this all possibly tying in eventually.
With this show.
With everything, because like I explained, they went to the uncharted region, so they disappeared there, and now Ahsoka's after him. So we don't know if Ezra was brought back because Ezra was with Thrawn, so we don't know if she's looking for him to find Ezra, or if she's looking for him because he killed Ezra, or if Ezra's gone. So there's a lot of unexplained stuff, so it's very exciting to see that they're going to do this, and also explain Ahsoka's storyline, because, I mean, a lot of people are alluding to the fact that Ahsoka talks in episode 9 in Rey's vision while she's dying.
Oh.
And those were only Jedi that were dead.
Oh.
So a lot of people say they're like, she's got to die somewhere in between this. So to make a show and give her 2-3 seasons and her die at the end of it, or it might explain it, but she's also not a Jedi because she left the Jedi Order. In Clone Wars, she leaves the Jedi Order because she gets framed for a killing, and it wasn't really her, and she kind of sees through the political bullshit of the Jedi, and she's like, I told you guys it wasn't me. I provided evidence it wasn't me. I was framed. You guys didn't want to believe me. You immediately took sides. And now you want me back. And she was like, absolutely not. So she still practices the Jedi ways.
So she still has the powers and everything like that?
Once you have it, you always have it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets kind of like Grogu's situation. Like Grogu had it and had to hide it while he was in hiding.
Yes.
And he didn't, he's not as strong in it because he's had to dilute it for so long that sometimes it goes that way. Like Yoda, Master Yoda is super strong in episode 5. But he also hasn't been using the Force every single day.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like if you decided to play, you were a really good soccer player and you didn't play for like 2 years. You're still going to be decent at it, but you're not going to be immediately like back up and running like you did it the other day.
Right.
So yeah, I'm hyped. I'm beyond hyped.
I'm hyped about it too.
Hyped.
I'm gonna be watching all this shit. I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna become Star Wars geek as well.
I want you to be a Star Wars fan, and once we have the Star Wars episode, we're gonna need 5 hours at least. Like we're gonna need a long time. But
I'll have to buy more camera batteries.
Yeah,
we'll be prepared.
But at the end of the day, it's like Star Wars is great if you want to get invested. Like if you want to invest yourself, bro, you will have all the time in the world. Kind of like I explained before. Oh, I didn't even explain this. Never mind. Really quick tangent.
Yeah.
Last episode of Mandalorian. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
There's going to be spoilers really quickly if you didn't watch it. So he's seeking out a Jedi. He's trying to reach out to another Force-sensitive being.
Yeah.
Find them. Did you watch episode 9?
The movie. Yeah.
Remember when Luke and Leia are fighting each other?
Yes.
And their faces are de-aged?
Yeah.
So, a theory on Reddit or YouTube now, and I kind of like this theory a good amount. Remember when Luke falls to the ground and like takes his mask off and he's like blown away by Leia? And a lot of people insinuated it's because of how strong she is. There's people on the internet now saying that it's not because of her strength, but it's because at that exact moment they felt a Force-sensitive being reaching out to them, which is Grogu.
Grogu when he was on that ball.
Because it would fit in perfectly with the timeline of when that happened was right when Mandalorian's happening right now.
Okay.
So a lot of people said that, and I kind of like that. I can kind of get down with that. I can kind of boogie with it. So we'll see. I'm excited about all of this.
Yeah.
But Ahsoka series I'm especially excited about because I think they did a really good job with it as well. So
hell yeah. All right, another show coming to Disney Plus, Rangers of the New Republic. Now, wasn't there a game or a story called Knights of the Knights of the Old Republic? When I first saw the title, The Rangers of the New Republic, I was like, oh, that, you know, everyone's probably going to be hyped. But then I realized it was Old Republic that people are hyped about.
I think Taika Waititi is apparently tied to something Old Republic related. Old Republic is the MMORPG stuff, or the KOTOR. Knights of the Old Republic is called KOTOR. No, regardless, whatever. It's like the old video games that people used to like religiously play, kind of like World of Warcraft. Same thing.
Yeah.
So, this, I think, is going to actually also tie into The Mandalorian, which is, I'm so happy I'm wearing our limited edition merchandise.
Hell yeah.
If you want any, hit up Frankie and I got it for you.
Hell yeah.
But this show, I think, is going to be involved with Cara Dune. You know who Cara Dune is? Cara Dune is the sheriff.
Yeah.
So I think that since she just got knighted as a person, she got that little badge thing, they had been insinuating that she was going to get her own show soon. And they hadn't, like, really said it, but I think this is kind of confirming it and saying, like, she's going to be, what is it called? The sheriff of the...
No, Rangers of the New Republic.
So she's going to be a Ranger of the New Republic.
Okay.
So it's going to explain how she gets the badge, and then she becomes that, and it's going to be her stories about it. So similar to Mandalorian, but with the New Republic and what they're doing and everything like that. So,
okay. Very cool. Very, very cool. The Clone Wars sequel, I guess you could call it? The Bad Batch.
Oh boy.
Haven't watched Clone Wars before. I've heard it's great. I know I should definitely watch it. The Bad Batch is like the spin-off show of it. Some people aren't like crazy excited about it, and then others are very excited about it.
Those people can fight me. Those people can literally come to my house and fight me.
So what was your thoughts on the trailer?
Amazing. I'm
you
so
liked
excited.
It? Yeah.
Do you understand? Do you know what the Bad Batch is?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Lucky I'm your Star Wars guy.
Yeah.
The Bad Batch is the explanation behind the couple of clones that are not the good batch. Every clone in episode 2 and 3, those clones, those troopers, are all the identical copies of each other.
Yeah.
The same person, basically. That's kind of why Clone Wars is so good. It's because it explains that, like, the Jedi use them as a tool to fight, but, like, they are people. Even though they're just clones, like, they're meant to be people. And Clone Wars gives you the feeling of, like, oh, these people have identities and they have names. Like, there's characters Fives and Commander Cody, and they're supposed to just have numbers, and the Jedi are supposed to just use them as tools, but they really have names, and that you build a relationship watching Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. Basically, there's called the Bad Batch because they were the clones that didn't work out, but they didn't work out in a good way. They weren't defected, and they had to get put down, or they were dismissed of, whatever. They have superhuman powers. So one of them is gigantic, one of them is an amazing sniper, one is an assault commando, one of them is now was a clone, and they you mutilated him and made him basically half droid, but then there's a half droid one, and then I'm trying to think, I think I'm missing one.
So these guys, they got basically banished
together?
No,
so they were so basically the concept was in the newest season of this is the Bad Batch gets called in for like super secret missions. Mm-hmm. So they get called in for a mission this season to retrieve a clone. They get him back and they're good. The reason that Order 66 worked is because all of the clones had inhibitor chips in them, mm-hmm. except a select few that had them removed or deactivated or whatever. But there's very little of them that have that inhibitor chip. Some of them being Rex, who's the guy in Rebels. He's a character. He's a clone that was Ahsoka's like best friend. Mm-hmm. Anakin, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka's very good friend that was a clone. He was like the best of the best clone. He got his inhibitor chip taken out after this all happened. But that's why this Clone Wars episode was so important this last season, is because like Order 66 gets ordered. Ahsoka's with all the clones. They all turn on him. But you can see him kind of like fighting it, even though he like does turn on her.
Yeah.
But he like fights it enough to like not shoot her, and then she like basically stuns him, removes the inhibitor chip, and he now is not a bad guy anymore. Basically, I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but there's a good chance that the Bad Batch never had the inhibitor chip. So I think what they're going to explain with that is like the Bad Batch might be like fighting some battles at the end of the Clone Wars, mm-hmm. and then when Order 66 gets executed, they might not be bad. Like, they might be the ones where the clones all turn and they're like, what are you guys doing? And, like, they don't have the inhibitor chip, so they might not turn Order 66, and they're going to be like, why are you guys killing off the Jedi kind of a thing. So it's going to explain that, and it's going to explain their own little group. I'm beyond excited because it's also after Order 66, so it explains exactly what I just mentioned and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm beyond hyped. I think the trailer for it was really good because I think it gives a little bit away. It shows characters from episodes 4 and 5, and it's going to talk about that. So I can't wait. I'm so hyped. I'm so psyched. I love Clone Wars. I've always loved Clone Wars. I literally used to leave the pool club over there to go watch Clone Wars on, I think it was like Tuesday nights in the summertime.
Yeah.
Like, love it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm super excited for Bad Batch, though. I think it's going to be amazing.
Okay. Next up is the Obi-Wan Kenobi limited series. It's not going to be seasons of it. It's just a limited series.
Like 6 1-hour episodes,
yeah,
I think, something like
that. You know, this one has been in the talks for a while. Like you mentioned before, they started filming, had to stop, and they're resuming filming again. And they just confirmed today that
Hayden Christensen
will be back as Anakin Skywalker in the series. What's your thoughts on them basically giving an official logo, like actually officially announcing this limited series?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Hayden?
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen. All right, so I was a Hayden Christensen hater. I've always been like
a lot of people were.
I was a prequel hater back in the day. I've learned to respect it more. It's aged like fine wine. I think they've definitely gotten better. I think Hayden Christensen is the guy that is Vader that we know of for our generation, because we know him as the guy who turned to Vader.
Mm-hmm.
So, at the end of the day, I can dismiss it. And I can also say that I'm excited for it. I think he's going to do a really good job. And you know what? I'm excited to see what they do with it, because originally their plan, what I heard, was that Kenobi's series was going to be dealing with in the future. It was going to deal with whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then that it was going to deal with like flashback stuff. So Hayden Christensen and Obi-Wan would be working together probably through battles. And it was probably going to be, in my opinion, Obi-Wan, I guess, like seeing that Hayden was turning to the dark side and like he was allowing it to almost happen. Like certain things that were like, he was like, oh, well, it's just whatever, or it's okay, or this. Just things like that.
Yeah.
Now Disney's like Twitters and everything have very much alluded to the fact that like, no, like he's going to be Darth Vader, which I'm in on. I'm all for it. Like, sure. But I'm just excited to see how they do it, because I was talking to Zach Wolf before this when we were talking about it, and he even said, Disney basically said it's going to be like the rematch of the century. So like Obi-Wan versus Anakin. So, as a prequel, original trilogy fan, I will say that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that, because imagine you can now give us like a young Ewan McGregor, who plays Obi-Wan, can fight a young Hayden Christensen, who is Darth Vader, like in their primes. Like we can actually see like imagine what you saw Darth Vader in Rogue One, but like imagine him fighting like Obi-Wan.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking sick.
Like that would be sick. But every part of me, as an original trilogy like diehard, also does not like it, because when they meet each other on the Death Star and Darth Vader kills Obi-Wan, like before that exchange, they say like it's been such a long time. And that exchange is so genuine, because at that point, they haven't seen each other, to our knowledge, until this point, until possibly what happens. They haven't seen each other since Obi-Wan basically killed Anakin Skywalker. So that's where I'm like torn. I'm in like I'm torn in the best way possible, because I'm either going to get an amazing rematch of two guys and then it's going to explain how they don't see each other for such a long time.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to not get it and they're just going to talk about, what's going on and stuff. But we'll see. I'm probably, I can't even rank them. I'm probably the most excited for the Obi-Wan storyline, because Obi-Wan has been like my guy, and I've wanted Obi-Wan as the show or the movie for the longest time. And also it makes sense because Ewan McGregor can play him right now.
Yeah.
Like you can do a lot more with him. And I'm also a big advocate for this, because the original, and I'll show you this later before I leave, the original sneak peek for Rogue One was actually like a snippet of Obi-Wan talking about it, and like this was like my deep cut. Oh man, I'm such a fucking Star Wars nerd. God damn it. Basically it's like this thing of him like talking about it. It's them like scanning down to a moon, and it's like open fire, and then you hear like basically what you hear at the end of Rogue One, where Darth Vader comes in.
Yeah.
It's not identical, but it's basically supposed to make you feel like this is going to be a gritty movie, and it's kind of alluding to that. So I've wanted Obi-Wan to do anything since I heard that, and I'll show it to you after this.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm hyped. I think it's going to be super good.
Do you think they're going to de-age his face?
No.
They won't de-age his face, no.
There's no... who, Hayden Christensen, or...
No, well, you're saying Hayden Christensen's going to be Vader, so he's going to be maxed up for the most part, right?
Yeah, I think they might play with us and do the scarred up version. Like, you might see him a little bit more with his mask off and stuff, so they might kind of play to a burnt and crisped up version of Hayden Christensen.
Okay.
But no, there's no reason to de-age Ewan McGregor, because it's been time. He's aged just like he did in,
Yeah.
In episode 3.
Okay,
basically,
right.
episode 3, you saw him at one age. Now you're going to see him 10 years after the movie, and then also 10 years after the movie.
Yeah.
So it fits perfectly with what they're going to do with it. So it'll be interesting to see, because, I mean, he looks kind of like Alec Guinness, who's the guy who originally played Obi-Wan in the original movie. So I'm excited to see what they do with that, because they kind of have to play with him and make his beard a little bit grizzlier.
Yeah,
and they might try to cover him up with more hair, and wearing more to take away from the fact that he doesn't look identical. But we'll see. I'm excited. I think it's going to be really good.
All right. 2 more things left in the Star Wars thing.
Star Wars universe.
I have you fucking talking a lot this episode. I'm sorry.
I'm fine with it, bro.
Okay, all right. You're
talking Star Wars, bro.
I know.
Come on.
2 more things. Oh, actually, 3 more things.
3 more.
Lando series announced.
Yeah.
They didn't announce if it was live action, though.
It's going to be live action.
I'm thinking it's going to be,
because I think did they not say...
They didn't say if it was going to be live action. You want to know what I'm surprised about? They didn't announce that,
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover was attached to it. You know what I mean?
I might have to look.
The fact that they didn't announce that he was attached to it makes me think that it might not be live action. But I still have a feeling that it's going to be. I'm most definitely sure they didn't say it was going to be live action or not. Yeah.
A weird part of me thought that I saw that both Donald Glover and what's his name? And the original actor were both involved.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means it is live action then.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't remember. Fuck. Yeah, because I low-key thought that they had mentioned that both guys were tied to it. Like, I thought they said that both. So it's almost like it's going to play to both sides, the old him and the young him.
Okay, that's interesting.
I think if they do it that way, it makes the most sense. Billy D. Williams. That's his name.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense in my opinion because you can really play along with it because you can do the new stories and the old stories.
Right.
And you're playing to 2 demographics of things that...
Maybe have them connect somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you could... Technically, because he's still alive in it, so I was gonna say you could have like Mark Hamill be
a Force
involved, but he's older and he dies. So yeah, you would probably just want to. It probably would make sense because then you can start to put stuff into the new shows.
Yeah,
like down the line because you can be like, oh, he's involved.
Like
still.
down the timeline kind of deal. Yeah.
I'm excited. I think Donald Glover did an amazing job in Solo.
I thought he did very well too.
Phenomenal job.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm equally excited for all of it. There's some things that I'm just a little bit more like I will watch it the first day it comes out, but I'm not as like I have a countdown clock for Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Bad Batch. Countdown clocks. Everything else kind of like interested in.
Okay.
You know? Everything else I'm like I'll watch on the first day. Don't worry, you'll get my input.
Of course.
But kind of like that. So.
I'm kind of surprised you said that, unless you just forgot about this series that they're coming out with. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but the Acolyte, which is apparently going to be a Sith point of view. So now that is the most interesting to me.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued by it because I know nothing about it. So I think I'm going to be more excited once I see more about it.
Sure.
But right now I can get my footing right now with a couple of things that have trailers and have little things out because I'm like, oh, I know. Like Bad Batch, I'm in love with right now because I saw a trailer and I know the storyline behind it. Of course,
the hype is real too. And
exactly.
Yeah.
Acolyte, I think, is going to be really good because it's going to explain Old Republic where, like, Old Republic is really cool. Old Republic is an untapped market for, like, Star Wars stuff that we don't talk about a lot. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a really smart way to go about it. So I'm excited to see what they do about it. Like you said, I like the Sith point of view. I think that's a really sick concept.
I think so too.
So we'll see.
Different.
Yeah. But I also wanted to transition. I was going to do it in the middle, but like going on the lightsaber. Lightsaber point of view today.
All right,
I'm going to do a Nerds Rope review.
Hell yeah, my favorite.
Tommy, I'm going to split mine with you. Want a part of it?
Yeah. Last of Us 2 is game of the year.
Is it?
Robbed. Ghost of Tsushima.
That is bullshit.
Christmas colored and everything. Fantastic. Holiday colored and everything. Have we had Nerds Rope on the pod before?
No.
No?
No. Maybe Nerds?
Like, just regular Nerds?
I think we had regular Nerds a long time ago.
I love Nerds Rope, man.
Oh, I love it too. So much sugar, but like so great.
Yeah, so much sugar. It's cool. You twist it around. Looks like DNA strand.
That was good.
7.9. Really good. I would have one rope and I'd literally go into diabetic shock. But like back in the day, I used to look for ones that were triple the size of this. I'd be like, "Yo, give me the big nerds rope." Like now, I'm like, "Oh, that was a lot right there."
Remember when they were in like the tubes?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was in the literal like entire giant tube thing.
I'll give this like an 8.5. I agree with you. I could only really have like one of these, but I love them.
8.5, Tommy.
I don't know. I'd give it a 9. It's pretty good.
There we go.
I feel like nerds with that stuff. What even is the stuff in the middle?
Jelly.
It's some sort of jelly, yeah.
That's good.
And we'll wait a little bit for our taste buds to get better, but we have Reese's Trees to celebrate the almost holiday episode.
Awesome.
We'll have more holiday treats to go probably next week, but we'll transition into the last two. Let our taste buds digest.
Yes. Actually, last one we got for Star Wars. Not really on the more serious side of it, but a Droid Story.
Yeah.
Featuring C-3PO and R2-D2.
I'm fine with it, because it's not going to be live action, right? Like, I don't think they said.
Oh, I was assuming that it was. I don't know if they confirmed that or not.
I don't know if it will be. Personally, I think it won't be. Like, I think it would probably just be better to do it as a cartoon show. Why? Because
it's like not that serious.
It's just like, I don't think you need to invest that much more. Like, we've seen R2D2 and C3PO in every movie. Like, not that it's a bad thing. I love them both, but like, don't just give us an animated show for it. It's that's all we need for it with it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Andor, Bad Batch, Acolyte, Obi-Wan, Rangers of the New Republic, Ahsoka, Lando, Rogue Squadron, Droid Stories, Mandalorian for the future, so season 3.
Well, they didn't say anything about Mandalorian.
It's on the picture, though.
Oh, is it?
So, here, this picture right there, that's like Kathleen Kennedy standing with all the projects she's involved in, which is also like the Indiana...
I died there.
Plot twist Indiana Jones movie coming out in 2022.
Yeah, whatever.
Did we talk about Visions? We did, right?
We did talk about
Visions. We didn't talk about Willow, though.
What is Willow exactly?
I don't know.
It's not Star Wars.
No, it is Star Wars, apparently.
It is Star Wars?
I think... Wait.
I just thought it was in like the same round of them announcing Indiana Jones.
See, I thought so too, but... Shit. Where'd it go?
Yeah, that's why I didn't add it, because it was like, is this even Star Wars? Like, I was so confused by that.
I'll find this really quickly and I'll check. I low-key had a... I saw a post about it and I liked it too. Damn it. This is why I hate Instagram.
Willow, like very weird looking figures in that movie or show or whatever they're making.
For Willow?
For Willow, yeah, it looks like an elf-looking creature if I'm remembering right.
Let me pull this up. Maybe it's not Star Wars, but maybe it's just like...
I think they just announced that because it's a part of Lucasfilm.
Yeah, I guess. I can't even find it now. Regardless, I thought it was someone that's had involvement with Star Wars, which is his name.
Because at first I was thinking it was just like it was focusing on a certain planet with these type of creatures on it.
Yeah, it's... No, here... No. See, it's on Star Wars' website, and it might just be like you said because it's involved from Lucasfilm.
Yeah,
but it's Warwick Davis, who's the guy who played. I wanted to say R2D2, but it's not.
Warwick Davis.
No, Warwick Davis plays. He plays the Ewok on Star Wars. He's a.
One of those little guys?
He's a little person.
Yeah.
But he plays Willow. No, Willow is back in the 80s. He was a main character for a movie for it, so it looks almost like an elfish kind of a thing.
Yeah,
so I guess it's not, but I don't know why Star Wars would have.
Yeah, I don't
Star
know
Wars.
either.
I should have put it on Lucasfilm's thing, but not Star Wars. Regardless, whatever. Seems interesting. We'll see it. I'll watch it. Doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
anything involved with Lucasfilm, I'll watch. So great.
Yeah, 100%.
And then I think that's it, right?
That is it for Star Wars. We are going to move on to our Marvel section.
Oh wait,
What?
no, I forgot. No, I just had it up. There was another thing that we forgot to announce. Oh, not Star Wars related. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. 4 more seasons.
4 more seasons. I think that's making it the longest running live action comedy series. Hell yeah.
Green eggs and ham. Peanut butter and jam. Oh, I'm so excited.
Super excited.
Rob McElhaney went on Twitter and said, like, oh, the original pitch for it was a 36-season show.
I'm glad
so,
we're
like,
halfway
I'm so
done.
happy we're almost there. That is so funny.
I saw
I'm
that too.
so excited because, as you know, Always Sunny is one of my favorite shows. I think Always Sunny will always be funny.
Yeah. See what you did there.
Yeah. But no, I'm like, that was probably the most hyped I got about it all because I saw it and I was like, yes. And then all the Star Wars shit started coming out and I'm like, oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But no, that's super exciting. I'm like, so, and like Indiana Jones, whatever. I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
Please let that die.
Yeah, let it die. Yeah, 100%.
Like if you had made that into like making a TV show and then like,
bro,
give my guy Shia LaBeouf the TV show.
I agree.
You know how much of a Shia guy I am, bro.
I know.
Would've been amazing.
But I absolutely agree with you on that.
Whatever.
Before we get into Marvel, one other thing that they announced is that they are going to do a more mature version of Disney Plus.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
So like 18 plus.
Great.
And now if you have that setting on, you'll get movies on, like, for example, on the Marvel section, you'll have movies like Logan on there. They didn't say anything about Deadpool, but I'm sure Deadpool will be on there.
Yeah, I mean.
But, you know, they specified
not
you'll
there
see
right now?
Logan. No, it's not.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's still
Disney
PG,
Plus
man.
only.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Disney fans, only Disney. Starting this next year, 18 plus subscription service.
All right. Moving on to the Marvel announcements. Now, a lot of this stuff is stuff that's been announced before. We just got some more details on it and specifications, new trailers and everything. So first off, the first Marvel Disney Plus series that's coming out in January, I believe January 17th, is WandaVision.
Woo!
We got a brand new trailer today.
Hype.
It looks fantastic.
Still don't know what's going on.
Still don't know what's going on.
That's what I like love about
and
it.
that's what's fantastic. It seems like they're going through different time periods without actually time traveling. I think it's everything, and I think it's all just in Scarlet Witch's mind, just going mad. And they specify again, this will directly lead into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
So it's all in her head, but do you think she's actually at a place? Because I think she's locked.
You think
somewhere.
she's locked up?
Yeah, because think about it.
Could be locked up.
The trailer, most of the stuff you like see Agent what's his name from Ant-Man.
Yes, you do see him in there.
Like
yeah,
going after him, and you see multiple scenes of them like trying to go in. And remember the one girl, what's her name? Is that the daughter of the flight attendant? The pilot. What's the pilot's name? That's her daughter, isn't it?
Yes.
So
I believe
her
so.
daughter says, "I don't know who I am," and she's like locked in there too. So maybe this is a way for them almost to like lock away certain unstable heroes.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
you know, like her
Wow, yeah.
and whatever. I don't know if that's exactly the way they're gonna go about it. But just in general, dude, I mean, like, it looks sick.
It does
I think
look
it looks
sick.
really... I think...
This is one I wasn't really excited for at all when they announced it, and now I'm
I think hot
so
take, I
hyped
think
about
I'm
it.
more excited for this, and you know how I feel about Vision. You know how I feel about Vision.
Right.
I think I'm more excited for this than Winter Soldier, and...
Okay. All right.
I think so.
And we'll lead right into that next. We got our first official trailer for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think it looks phenomenal as well.
I think it looks... Go.
I love Falcon's new suit.
Oh, sick.
And they really spotlighted Falcon in this
he's
trailer.
gonna be the guy, I think.
He's gonna be the oh yeah, right.
Unless,
he's the guy.
Think,
he's like the next Captain America.
Do you think
kind
they're
of
gonna give Captain America to somebody else? That's not the two of them.
No.
You don't
I think
so?
Endgame specified that enough that it was going to Falcon.
But why do you think they didn't highlight the couple of scenes that there was a guy fighting in almost like a Captain America-esque suit?
Oh, right.
But
He has a name, too. He's from the comics. forgot what his fucking
Yeah,
name
but you
was.
didn't see his face.
You didn't see his face.
Once.
Yeah.
So I think that was for a lot of people to say, like, oh, is Captain America here? But he's not.
Yes.
So, you know, that's where I'm going with it.
Mm-hmm.
What I was going to say is I'm excited for it. I hate the name. Just make it
the
Falcon
and Winter Soldier.
and the Winter Soldier. Why are you using two thes? The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Doesn't it sound better?
Yeah.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
No, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Like, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, right. No, you're right. It's a little bit of a mouthful.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Oh, did you watch a new episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yeah, right.
And it's only taking off one word, so it's not that much shorter, but like Falcon and Winter Soldier, you watch it?
Has a better ring to it. Yeah, 100%.
Falcon and Winter.
I
Winter
love
Falcon.
Yeah.
The Winter Falcon.
The Winter Falcon. I love the one scene where all those missiles are going after Falcon,
and he's like,
in the can. Yeah, he's like doing all these crazy
like,
moves
in
the air and everything. It looked fantastic.
No, it's gonna be sick, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. Another trailer that came out, Loki.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's exactly how I feel.
It seems like it's gonna be a very, very thriller-esque type of show.
Yeah, it looks weird, and I love it.
The fact that Owen
looks
Wilson
weird.
is in
wow.
as like,
wow.
wow.
I thought there was a cat. I saw Tommy's foot. I thought there was a fucking cat. So why'd you get a cat? No, yeah, I think it's gonna be really good.
I think it's gonna be really good.
It's gonna be
too.
sick.
Yeah. And I knew this was gonna happen, but it's directly after that scene in Endgame where he takes the Tesseract and warps out of there.
Like literally, you saw the scene.
You literally see the
"Bye."
scene in the trailer, of exactly what's happening there.
And then the women that look like they're from like Alaska show up and they're in the desert. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, right. No, it does look very good. We're gonna see a couple different hairstyles from him too. Like it almost seems like he's going very undercover in a lot of these scenes. Yeah, which is very, very cool. Sick. That's why I said thriller-esque too. I love Tom Hiddleston. He's fantastic as Loki. He owns the character.
Cool guy.
Cool, pretty cool, damn guy.
Pretty cool dude.
Yeah, pretty cool dude.
You're pretty, dude.
Listen, like you were saying with Star Wars, I'm excited for all this shit,
of course,
man.
yeah.
You know,
and I'm hyped too, but yeah. That's like your side of things where you're more nerd out.
Yeah,
Star Wars is where I nerd out a little bit more.
Facts.
So this is a great day for both of us.
Yeah.
Because it's not just like, wow, Frankie, look at all the Star Wars stuff, and Frankie's like, yeah, it's all really cool, Luke, but I didn't get anything. Like we both got a nice heaping of stuff. You got more trailers than I did.
Yeah, this is true.
I got like a ton of teaser trailers. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like I got like, oh, here's the Cassian show, and oh, here's the Rogue Squadron director. Like,
yeah,
really?
Right.
You couldn't give me a little bit more? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not complaining. You gave me enough, but like, really? Come on. Like,
now, here's the thing. At the end of the Loki trailer, he was like, Heimdall, brother, you better be ready. And he's in the air, and then the, what is that called? The Bifrost or whatever comes and picks him up while he's in the air.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So is Heimdall gonna be in it? Is Thor gonna be in it? Like that was the question right in my mind at first when I saw that scene. I think it's possible. I think they might be keeping it a little bit of a secret for that.
If Heimdall died
in Infinity War, yes.
Yeah.
But then again, this is also this is in the timeline.
I don't want to get it. I don't want to hurt my brain tonight. It's so late. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole.
Simply to say is like he took the Tesseract
and went to an alternate timeline.
Yeah. So it's very well that they could be alive.
There's a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance.
I think it would play better to bring Heimdall into it because Heimdall was a character that we all loved so much and didn't get enough
of. Yeah, 100%.
So it's almost like, okay, let Heimdall be like that guy.
Yeah, I agree.
You know? And then like let him go back, save Heimdall. And then, like, you know, again, if you want to kill him in the show, I would even like that more because if you can bring his character to get more explanation and then kill him off, I would love that.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, 100%. The What If trailer also came out.
Oh, I didn't even see the What If trailer.
Looks very interesting.
Okay.
I think that's all I'll really say about it. That's all I'll say about it for the most part. You know, it's just going through different scenarios of what if this happened in the MCU, what if that happened in the MCU.
Is it cartoon?
It's cartoonish.
Is it animated?
The animated style, the animation style is very cool. I don't know how to explain what kind
I'll
it is.
watch it later, yeah.
Is
it similar to Clone Wars?
Kind of, but not really.
It's a weird mix between Clone Wars and something else.
Yeah, it's a weird mix between something, yeah.
I'll get it really quick. I won't watch it, but I like...
The only Captain Marvel 2 that a news that they announced is that Miss Marvel will be in the movie. As we all know, Miss Marvel is getting her own Disney Plus show. Her show will be coming out first, and then Captain Marvel 2 will be coming out, and we will be seeing Miss Marvel in the Captain Marvel 2 movie. She-Hulk. They confirmed Bruce Banner the Hulk is going to be in the show.
Okay.
But the better news, the bigger news in that is someone else who's returning, and it's Abomination
Weasel.
from the not Weasel.
Damn it!
Abomination from the Incredible Hulk movie, the villain from the Incredible Hulk. A lot of people have wanted him back for such a long time, and they're finally making that happen. So I'm very excited for those people. I'm just excited in general that Abomination is coming back. That is hype. The Nick Fury show that was announced, it's called Secret Invasion.
Yes.
Which, I don't know if you know, is a very famous crossover comic storyline. And it's about the Skrulls. The bad Skrulls have taken over parts of every galaxy,
Isn't Captain
planet.
America one? Isn't that from like one of the most famous things?
He
becomes a Skrull or something like that? Yeah.
Obviously, they're not going that route with it.
Or
he's back. But they're bringing back Nick.
Yeah, right. It's a crossover of a crossover.
Nick Fury is attached to it, and so is Talos, who is the Skrull from Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I love Talos. He was a great character in Captain Marvel.
That's a good combo.
Yep, so Secret Invasion happened. I'm very excited by that. Something I'm very surprised that they announced is an Ironheart series is in the works. This is... Oh, I thought I wrote it down, but I forgot her name. African-American girl. I don't even think she's like a grown woman or anything like that. She's like a kid. And she creates a suit of armor very similar to Tony's and becomes Ironheart. So they're making a series about that. Yes, that's the actress's name.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know her name, though.
Yeah, I forgot her name, too. Something Williams. Something Williams is her comic real name. So that's happening. Armor Wars is a series that's coming out where Tony Stark's armor gets put into the wrong hands, and it's starring, the main star is War Machine, Don Cheadle.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's happening. Kind of excited about that. Kind of excited about it.
I think it has the right foundation. I think it does.
Right foundation. It's a good plot.
Yeah,
it's a good plot. Like,
well, especially over the fact that it's going to be after Tony's dead.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like most likely.
And I guess you had to do something with War Machine. I don't think.
What else is he gonna
I don't think we're gonna see him pop up in any more movies except for maybe in another Avengers movie.
Then I think this is a good way to give him some screen time and then kill him off in a future one.
Sure.
Like just get rid of him in an Avengers movie because at the end of the day, bro, they gotta cut some of the fat, and it's not like he's a bad character.
Yeah.
But it's like they gotta start being like, okay, let's introduce some of these new people, or like. Just let him, I would even be okay with him being in, like, a position of power.
Yes.
Like, almost like a Nick Fury role.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, just let him kind of hang up the mantle, give that armor to, I'm trying to think of, like, a deep cut character. I mean, like,
giving the mantle of what, though? That's what I was confused about.
Like, the Iron Man
suits,
the War Machine suit, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
At the end of the day... If they don't want to go the Iron Man route where, what's the kid's name? Nicholas? No.
We had this at the
Yes,
trivia.
we talked about this on
No, it starts with an H. It wasn't Hunter, right?
It's...
Oh, shit. What was his name?
It's not Harry.
Oh, Harvey. No, Harley.
Harley,
yes.
If they want, I think that would make awesome sense if they really want to do that and they give it to him. But if they don't want to tarnish the whole storyline of like, oh, Iron Man, we don't want to give him the Iron Man suit, great, give him the War Machine suit.
Yeah.
And let him become War Machine. Be like, listen, like, if my time's up, Tony wanted you to be Iron Man. The Iron Man stuff all gets destroyed because he has to fight it or whatever, and there's only a couple of suits left, and he's like, we don't want to ruin them, we want to keep them forever in a museum. Here's my suit, become War Machine, and let that kid become War Machine.
I would like it.
Marvel sign me.
So that's Armor Wars. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Can't wait.
Live action holiday special coming to Disney Plus
2022, right?
2022. It's going to be like a one episode thing. They're going to be filming it the same time they film Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Great.
Makes sense. So
Such a stupid announcement.
It's an amazing
it's
everything about
believe me,
that
some of the other stuff on here, it's like, okay, they're doing this.
Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special will just be like, it'll be just good content. Because, like, at least it's those guys. Like, at least it's not like Scarlet Witch holiday special. It's like the Guardians people who are hilarious. Like, because they're just like the worst group of people ever. All put together. So, like, you can actually make them good in a holiday special, in my opinion.
Also, speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, an I Am Groot series is coming out on Disney Plus as well. I believe animated, and he'll be interacting with a whole bunch of weird and crazy space creatures along the way. Yeah, definitely a cash grab.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's Groot, but, like, you know, I'm a Baby Yoda fan, so it is what it is. I buy anything Baby Yoda on it. Like, anything comes out. It's like, oh, it's a diaper. I'm like, I don't even have kids. I'm like, yeah, sure, in case I ever shit myself.
They confirm who Christian Bale is playing in Thor, Love and Thunder, and he's playing the main villain, Gore.
I did not even see that, number one.
Gore,
number two,
the God Butcher, his name is. And I looked at a picture of him, of what he looks like, very alien-esque. So I don't know if he's going to be wearing a lot of makeup or what, or some sort of special effects. But it's a very different role for Christian Bale. Yes, he's been in a superhero movie before, right? He's been in a superhero movie before as Batman, but nothing like this. Nothing like this. Yeah.
Just like...
So it's going to be interesting. I think he's going to do a great job in the role. I mean, it's Christian fucking Bale, but yeah, that's the news with Thor. Yeah, exactly.
Like, why even get Christian Bale if you're going to put him in, like, the most...
Right. It must be a really in-depth character, though, if they're going to be casting someone like Christian Bale for it.
I'm hyped. I love Christian Bale. I love him. Happy he's in the Marvel universe. He's in the right place now.
I was so psyched when they first announced that he was going to be in it. Yeah.
Only if he could... It would just be so cool if he could be like an Avenger. If you could put him in like a cool spot, like make him a good guy and like keep him around for like 15 years.
If they made him like an Eternal or something like that, that would have been so cool. That would have been cool.
The Eternals list would have been amazing. Imagine Angelina Jolie, Christian Bale, like
right.
What?
Hell
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. We got an official title for Ant-Man 3, and it's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. All I know is that Kang the Conqueror, very big villain, is going to be in the movie. Yeah. They haven't released much details besides that. But Quantumania, it's a fun title. It's Ant-Man, you know, like it should be a fun title kind of deal. They had an honorable mention for Chadwick Boseman.
Yep.
A little tribute to him, and they confirmed that he will not be recast. The role will not be recast.
Thank God.
Instead, the movie will focus on just the Wakandan society and the characters that were brought in from the first.
Shuri.
Shuri, Okoye, the girlfriend, and the queen.
The girlfriend.
Yeah, Black Panther's girlfriend in the Black Panther movie. She had like the two, not frisbees, they were like the two circles things she was attacking with. Do you not remember? I'm surprised she wasn't involved in Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. She wasn't.
It might just be because like that she wasn't involved that I'm just like blacking out right now.
Yeah, she had a big role. She had a big role in Black Panther.
Damn it.
And last but not least, they officially confirmed Fantastic Four is in the works by director John Watts, who just so happened to have directed Spider-Man: Homecoming, Spider-Man: Far From Home, and obviously the latest Spider-Man that's coming out.
Ooh.
We could talk a little bit about Spider-Man. I am excited about Fantastic Four.
I almost wore a vintage Spider-Man shirt today just for Frankie, but it was a Star Wars day.
Yeah.
Star Wars day for me.
I will talk about Spider-Man in a second, but Fantastic Four, I'm very excited that they're having something in the works.
Third time's charm.
Third time's a charm, and it will be a charm because it's Marvel Studios now handling them. And John Watts is directing it, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because in the comics, Spider-Man is very involved with Fantastic Four,
so
especially in their early days, so there's probably going to be a tie, right?
It also probably makes sense because if you think about it, Spider-Man is the least connected to the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
As those characters. So if you really want to, you can, like, kind of pivot Spider-Man and be like, oh, they're friends with Spider-Man, and then they can all kind of become one entity and then move over to Marvel, and it'll be like a smoother transition to make the Fantastic Four close with Spider-Man and then like kind of merge them all in together than trying to just throw the Fantastic Four in and be like, oh, they were here the whole time. You guys just didn't know them.
Right.
Like, you know, they didn't say anything about the castings though still, right?
No castings.
It's interesting you bring that up. I feel like it's going to be hard to introduce a lot of characters that are going to be like, oh, hey, like, where were you for the
past like 20 years?
Right.
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
Yeah, 2 of us got snapped, and the rest of us were just, like...
Chilling.
Yeah. Man, like, 5 years. I don't know. Hey.
Well, the Fantastic Four, the Thing, it makes sense almost that you could kind of play a, like, he didn't want to be around. Like, he just was chilling. The Human Torch, I mean, you could say that was something that just happened. Right, you can kind of play that as like they all went into a scientific experiment, which I think that's all what happened, right?
Go in the new Fantastic Four movie. They went to a different planet, and that's how they got their powers.
Please don't do that.
You know what they should do to make it so it's like retconned that they weren't there? They should make them get their powers
in the snap,
like during the snap. Yeah.
Well, that's what a lot of people think. That's how the mutants are going to be made, and bring the X-Men involved is through the snap.
Is that show the New Mutants?
It's a movie. And
no, don't talk about
it. It's not canon.
Don't talk about it.
It's not canon, and I didn't see it.
No.
I'm waiting till it's free.
We will never watch. No, I'm never gonna watch that movie.
I'll watch it just because it's a Marvel movie. It's a superhero movie. But
I will never give
and
you
any. Her girl's in it. Right. Fucking Arya
Maisie Williams.
Maisie Williams.
No,
yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I trust a couple people when it comes to like outside of you, and all I've heard is bad things about it.
Yeah.
And like knowing those people, I will not go and torment myself in that way.
Because they've seen it and
because they've seen it and they've been like, dude, do not waste your time
not even
with it.
Worth
And especially
it.
if it's not canon, it's like,
yeah, right.
You know,
right.
Who cares? Like, if you had a tie to X-Men, I get why you wanted to watch all the last ones, because it was the tying up of everything. You had been involved since the 2000s watching X-Men. Guess what? But just, like, in general, yeah. So, like, I can understand why some of them were like, oh, I want to watch it and see what happens. Like, and I heard it wasn't terrible. I don't think it was good.
We're talking Dark Phoenix. Yeah, Dark Phoenix was all right. We saw that in the theaters.
But again, like, that's fine. Like, let it end on an okay note, because, like, this...
The New Mutants,
X-Men was just like...
X-Men was
like, you have Logan, which is your pride and joy of, like, Marvel cinematic shit. Like, it's one of the great masterpieces. And then you have Apocalypse,
Dark
where,
Phoenix in there. And
bro, oh my god.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I can't even.
Last thing I want to bring up is about Spider-Man. Doctor Strange is involved. Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is involved. They just confirmed that Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, he's coming back. I'm surprised they didn't announce any Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield at this.
No,
it's
not confirmed. They've been everybody has been saying it's confirmed,
but
as much as I believe it's going to be confirmed, it's like not confirmed.
Yeah.
Like everyone's just like, oh, it's kind of confirmed, and it's like
MJ got confirmed too, though.
No, it's all just a rumor. Kristen Dunst is also rumored.
Everything is just like nothing. They're gonna be the last ones to be like finally announced. Like everyone that they've gotten to this point is like slowly building up to where they're gonna say like they're here, and everyone's gonna be like, we knew that. Yeah. Like like everyone's gonna be like,
right.
Would it be if they put in like animated Miles Morales, Roger Rabbit style?
Well, no, they said
that'd be kind of cool.
Or like Peter Porker.
Fuck. No, who is oh damn it. Who's the noir? Who's the voice of the noir?
Nicolas Cage.
No, then no. Fuck.
Of who?
No. Who's the mummy?
The mummy?
Like in general, who is the person that
Oh, what's his name? Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
He apparently got confirmed.
I know, I did.
For Spider-Man.
Yeah, right. He's like, oh, we're finally gonna get to see him again. I'm like,
who?
I was like, when was he in Spider-Man? Like, I don't.
Oh, so yeah, look, that's the new Van Helsing movie.
Okay,
that's
cool.
confirmed. And then, shit, where is it? It was literally here the other day. Regardless,
you know who Sinister Six is?
Dude, as of right now, the confirmed villains that are in this Spider-Man 3 are Dr. Octopus, Electro, and actually, That's really it. Vulture's still alive.
Yeah.
They hinted at Scorpion at the end of Homecoming.
Give me James Franco. Give me James
Oh, Shocker
Franco.
is also there.
Give me James Franco. Give me
James
James
Franco.
Franco, bro. Or give me William Dafoe.
William Dafoe.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
Yeah, William Dafoe.
At the end of the movie, give me William Dafoe steps out of like the rubble of the fight and just like let him just be there and then leave with a cliffhanger, and I will
think
be so excited. Him and James Franco coming together on flying goblin little things.
Yeah. I think Mysterio will come back as well.
Oh yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal, savage as Mysterio, phenomenal performance.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was great.
I thought he was great.
I thought he played great because he was the typical like new school douchebag supervillain.
Yeah.
He was fine.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was literally meant to like be the little connivey little bastard, and like low key is like a tech guy, so he's like a modern guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a better casting than what they could have done, which like they've kind of dropped the ball in the past.
I don't know. I thought he was good. He was good.
Yeah, I thought he was okay. I mean, like again, I just thought he did a really good job. I'm a Jake Gyllenhaal fan too, though, because like I just think he's a good actor. So like I thought him with Tom Holland had a good chemistry and good relationship.
They definitely did, yeah.
I think he also just plays a good villain because he's a good guy. So like everyone looks at him as like, oh, he's such a good guy.
Yeah.
But then he can play like a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like, and you're like, holy shit, like you're kind of fucking crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I kind of liked him because he was almost like teetering on that like, I'm a good guy, I'm trying to save the world kind of a thing. But like he was doing it for his own selfish reasons kind of thing. So I think he did a really good job with that performance for it.
Last thing I'll say is I kind of do wish they announced that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be in it, because it's only a matter of time before they do announce something like that.
It would have been good to do it now.
I think it would have been good to do it now too.
I mean, like it would have been great to end the panel with
this was an investors conference.
Yeah.
Like that will get people invested, bro. You know what I'm saying?
They'll sell so much shit if you can sell.
Say they had some private things.
If you can sell, yeah, but like that wouldn't stay private. If they were in the same room together, or if they were announced, and you're telling me that like some of the Star Wars shit that's got announced, that would never make it past. That would get leaked in a heartbeat. Like not even a question. Side note news: Walking Dead is season 7 of Fear the Walking Dead is recording. Is going to be filming soon. So, in case you were interested, anybody.
Alright, the
Oh, you
audio.
watched Fear too?
The audio stopped recording on this, so I think we should just wrap it up and end it there.
Bye, Felicia.
Mouthful of stuff that we brought up today. Hope you stuck around for the ride. If you like this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and also follow us on Instagram at Podcast with Frank. Frank Gaming Season 2 is premiering January 1st, 2021.
Woo!
Hope to see you there. Luke, thank you for being here, my man.
Of course.
Tommy, thank you for being my cameraman for tonight. And that'll do it for us. Peace out.
See ya. So I put Pete Rose on here. I mean, I'm not even going to go into... I have a whole bunch of things, like, you know, stats and stuff. Listen, the guy was an absolute animal. He was an amazing player.
You're a hit machine.
Yeah, he was betting. Get over it.
I love betting.
Guess what? You guys all, and I consider Michael Jordan the GOAT too. I love Michael Jordan. That man is my idol when it comes to like sports shit like that. But guess what? He was also doing the same shit, but with a lot more money. Like a lot more money.
Yes.
So stop calling Pete Rose the absolute worst. Literally, the MLB and Rob Manfred, why you suck is because you're going to let this guy die and then you're going to let him in.
Yep.
The year he dies, you'll be like, well, you know what? We actually thought about it and we think he's pretty cool.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Like, give the guy his... Dude, the guy is do this. Like, he was an amazing player.
He didn't take steroids.